Hello, I'm Sacy, formerly a member of Vikings Loud Sentinels, and now I'm retired. And I'll be reacting my Valorant career.
Meu nome é Gustavo Rossi, sou mais conhecido como Sacy. Joguei LoL profissionalmente aí por 5, 6
I
anos.
had air this time. I was like 19 years old, I think.
Aí na minha carreira para jogar Valorant profissionalmente.
I used to play League since season 1, I guess. And then after a while, after like a long years of League of Legends games, I was like getting tired about like playing MOBA. I wasn't having fun anymore. And I always had fun playing FPS games since I was like a kid. And then I heard about Project A. I was like, damn, this is the fun game. First thing that I noticed when I came into Valorant is that people didn't know how to manage a resource, you know? Like, I already knew how to count, you know, the cooldown, what to expect from the enemy, so I could be like ahead when they were playing the rounds. So that's why I think I was really good in clutches, for example. I was bad. Or no, yeah, I was decent, not bad. Just people were bad. What is this? X10? Oh, we destroyed them. I think it was my first match internationally, yeah. Was it COVID this time? Yeah, I think it was like, yeah, COVID time. It was a big arena though. Just less people and masks. Okay, first, Sentinels game, Liquid game on the Iceland, didn't count, we were noobs. On this tournament, we actually learned how to play the game as a team. And then we were like, damn, now we know how to win like a good game of Valorant. But it was too late, so we learned like 4 days before the match started, so we didn't have enough time to practice. This Vikings roster was like the start of everything, I think. If it wasn't for the match we lost by like the comeback from Gambit, I think Loud would never existed. Because imagine a war that we won against Gambit and we went to the playoffs on the first champions. I think the roster would try to keep going, you know, like maybe changing one guy, two guy, but like keep the core at least. We didn't go to playoffs, so we could manage like to create Loud, to find Aspas, to find Less. Everything happens for a reason. That's that's my point. Fnatic wanted me to go to play for them for 2022. So if I went to Fnatic, Loud wouldn't exist. Sadhack was like the only guy at the time that I like trust about like IGLing the team. So he would trust me, my ideas, in the same way that he trusts me, I trust him as well. So I was kind of like his right arm at the time. When my team started like to winning the tournaments in Brazil, especially like the first one that was the Masters, that was regional, the only thing I had in my mind was like, okay, now I need to like practice it even harder because I want to win like an international tournament from Brazil. And yeah, it worked. I talked to Tens about Iceland. I was like, bro, you were lucky that people didn't know about the game. I remember like when I got to Iceland and we screamed Sentinels, Tyson did a live stream saying that one of the best players that he screamed against was Sacy. I was like, what? I was like, damn, I pressed tennis. It's good. It's a good. The first impression is what is the most important. So yeah.
And put Brazil on notice by signing some of the region's biggest talent.
Good old days. I was so young, bro. Look at him, look like a kid. I even told Sadhack, I was like, bro, this guy's gonna be like the best player in the world because it's insane, his mechanics is insane. But I had my doubts about like how to create discipline with him. I would do like a VOD review of Aspas and he was like, oh, Sacy, if I kill this guy, it would be fine. I was like, bro, of course it was gonna be fine, it's an FPS game, Aspas, bro, like, what? Then I was like, I will teach you the game, how it works, the protocols, the fundamentals. And then after that, you can shoot the guy. What I told everyone on the team was like, every good team in Valorant has a star player as a duelist. So we need that star player, otherwise we won't win. And Aspas was that guy. When Champions was done, me and Sadhack, we were like, oh, we're gonna stick together. And I told him like, I'll be able to like to teach everyone about the game, so they only need to worry about shooting. And then we got Aspas, who first I thought he was a cheater, I'm not gonna lie, because like the guy was young and it was like a beast. And then let's call Pancada, who was the best controller like back in the day in Brazil, and he was the experienced guy, so I didn't need to like to teach another one. And then Honor recommended Last. He was like 16 years old back in the day. And I was like, really? Another kid? I was like, damn, it's gonna be hard. I told Sadhack, hey, you take care of Last, I'll take care of Aspas. Let's like be the dad mom here. So yeah. And then the team was there. We had Last, we had Aspas, we had Pancada, and our core was me and Sadhack. And then we didn't have an org. So we're like selling the project, you know? Like I came to every org, I said, hey, this is our team, this is our lineup, this is our roster. I saw Loud as a potential to like grow our fan base in Brazil. I'll be able like to put more people into it. You know, more people is gonna be watching Valorant in Brazil. Imagine if I win with Loud, our scene was like going to like, I don't know, would grow like a lot. And of course, it happened.
FNS? How are you still doing this?
It's too late.
No way! FNS!
Prime FNS, bro, the GOAT. I'm smiling, but at the time I was crying. Listen, just letting you guys know. Now this is champs. This is the upper final? Oh yeah, we destroyed them. Yeah, I remember like FNS was playing like Fade, Astra, Chamber. No, it was so comp. Sorry, GOAT. It was bad comp. Yeah, we'll never lose to Chamber and Austin, bro. When we got to Turkey, everyone was like, damn, guys, I think like I'm pretty sure we're gonna win this tournament, you know? I feel like we just had this feeling. It was different, like, for example, from Sentinels. Masters Madrid was like, hey, let's go, let's try. Then suddenly, like, we won the whole thing. It was like, damn, I didn't know it was possible, guys. Oh, Madrid was like magic, you know? We had like Tyson and Zach with some crazy stuff. I think Optic was the team that made us evolve, you know, in a way that like, a knowledge of the game, you know? Because I think FNS, the way that he called, I think Optic was the only team at the time that knew how to do the basic stuff, you know? That's why they were so good. When two teams already know how to play with the fundamentals, it makes the mind games like flow, you know? Like that was the battle between StatHack and FNS, for example, on the calls. You want always to be like 2 steps ahead of the enemy. And then FNS would try to read StatHack, and StatHack would try to read FNS. They were the only teams that could beat us on Aston, for example. And then we realized that after Iceland, after Denmark, that playing against Optic, anti-strat is not enough. It's about adaptation, you know? That's what I think our games was so good, because we learn from each other every game. You know, like we had some response to their plays, and then they showed another way. Sometimes you don't even like do a strat about it, you just adapt in the game. You know, trying to find solutions. And I think Optic was really good at that. We wanted to prove ourselves. We wanted to show Optic that we were the best team. So that's what made us like get better.
Say fellas.
Yes.
Tyson loved Brazilian food, man.
Say fellas.
Who doesn't?
What do you mean?
Bro, Brian English got better like
He's
so
like
much.
repeating this word fellas every day. What up, fellas?
I learned it today. That's the word.
Every like word that he learned at the time in Sentinels, he would not shut up about it, bro. Like, you know, like when a kid is like learning a new language or like just learning how to talk, and then they got a word and they don't stop talking. That was Brian on Sentinels. After we won champs, I actually like was getting ready to marry Sophia at the time. While we were playing champs, Sophia was doing all the stuff about our marriage because we didn't have time, but she was back in Brazil. And then we heard about the franchise, everything that we need to move to LA. And then I got a lot of offers. Sentinels to me saying like, want to be part of the roster, they want Pancada as well. It was like, damn, I think this is the time now, you know, to go for my second dream. It was like playing an organization outside Brazil. I was a huge fan of Tyson. I was like, damn, now I can play with Tyson. I thought Asp was everything. Now, damn, I'm gonna play with Tyson, you know? Imagine if I win with him. And then I went to Sentinels. And then you know what happened? We lost everything, bro. We lost for the whole year. It was like, me. No way. Then like, you know, a lot of things happened. The team didn't click. I was like, at least Sentinels gave me the full support. You know, they brought Sophia with me. We were together in LA. We had a good like office, apartment. You know, everything was like taking care of Sentinels. It was like a dream coming true, but we lost a lot. It was a good time, but it was a hard time. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like, damn, I just won champs. Now I'm losing everything, bro. Holy I'm so bad at this game.
Jordan is like a special guy though, because
He's too special.
he's the guy that reminds us of what is the final objective, you know?
No. Bro, what is that? Stop clapping.
Started feeling bad after that.
You look so
Yeah.
sad.
We need to care what we're doing.
Yeah, miss those talks. The real ones. Oh yeah, it started like to like. It was so hot on the stage, and my head was like looking like a f***ing lamp. I don't know, looking like crystal ball, you know. That's one thing that I missed from 2023. I didn't have like a guy that I could like yell at him, and after the screen was over, we would be like, be fine. I think that is the special thing about, like, between me and Jordan. We would fight a lot about the team, how we play, how he plays. But we had the same goal, you know, let's win the let's go to champions, you know. So we had that respect for each other that I miss so much.
Sacy has to pull off an absolute miracle. 5 HP drop down, backing away now, wide.
Sorry, boys.
Make sure he can't cross out to main.
Don't remember
Now
this
he
play.
might have been in the back of his line. They're split on the angle and Sacy.
Damn it, I didn't remember the play, for real. I'm good.
Hold 1 second. Can you talk? Can you talk? Can you talk?
Bro, he's saying duck, no?
Sacy hide. Sacy hide.
Oh, duck? I don't know what duck is, bro.
I was so focused, I forgot it was last round. My bad. But I'm pretty sure that he said duck. At the game. It was like really loud. Duck, 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 duck. I was like, duck? Why he wants me to crouch, bro? Oh, Jordan, such a crybaby. Amazing. The big guy with emotions. We lost a lot to Koreans in League. We're not in Valorant. Thank God. It's funny though, because like, the first feeling of getting your first international is way different than the second one. Not that the second one is bad, but the feeling I feel like getting the first international is like, holy f, I did it. It's like, damn, I really did it. And the second one's like, oh, now I remember, it feels good, but it's fine, let's go for another one. You know, like the second was like, I was happy, don't get me wrong, but I was way happier for my teammates, you know, watching them getting their first international title. You know, like those guys feels the same way as I did back in the day. So yeah, it was a pretty emotional moment. I didn't realize at the time that I was the first player that won Masters and Champs. But in my head, it was like, damn, I was the first one, and the Brazilian one. It was like, that's huge. That's why like it's a legacy, and I was the first one, and nobody can take that off. You know.
Now I made a tough decision to stop playing. So
I had to record this a lot of time because I cried. First, I decided to retire like before Champs. My dog had passed away back in LA, and I was like really sad. I was like, damn, this is the time. Like I need a break. We were like having a meeting before the flight. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna tell the guys. Nobody will get like surprised when I say it. And then I go to the meeting, and Tyson started talking, and he says he's gonna retire. I was like, what? What do I do now? I was like watching him saying like, oh, I'm gonna retire. And like, damn. Like, should I say it too? And I was like, no, if I say it, we were gonna be because we're gonna go to Champs. And they will play knowing that 2 players are gonna retire. Our pressure is that, oh, Tyson's gonna retire, this is gonna be his last tournament, so let's give it like everything that we got into the tournament. But I felt that if I said something about me, it would get in a way that like, oh, what we're gonna do next year. You know, like I didn't want the boys to be worried about me. We were going back home, me and Tyson, after the meeting, and I come to Tyson. I was like, hey Tyson, just letting you know, because you're gonna retire. I know you're not gonna get affected by it, but I'm gonna retire too. So don't tell the guys, but I'm just letting you know, because I will be enjoying this tournament the same way that you are, because this is your last tournament, but I want you to think that this is my last too. So it's not only you that is gonna be like enjoying the moment. It's gonna be me as well, so I'll be with you on that. And then we lost to Team Heretics. I thought that we at least tried, you know. I had that feeling that, oh, we gave it all. And then I was like, you know, drinking with Jordan, and he said, hey Sacy, what is the plans? I was like, hey bro, I'm gonna retire. And then Jordan like looked at me, he was like, what are you talking? And then, bro, he started crying. I was like, bro, why are you crying? I was like, damn, don't cry, please. Oh, Jordan, such a crybaby. Talking about it makes me sad, but I'm not sad. I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, Jordan's a big baby. He has a good heart. That's why. Yeah, he cries a lot, but because we lived a lot of moments together. You talk more to your teammates than your dad, than your mom, than your real family. You know, so they start becoming a family too. That's why like people get emotional about it. And our team, we had a special connection. So it was a brotherhood in a way. Yeah, good times. Oh, now that I'm retired, I can have any day off that I want. We're living in a house back in Brazil. I'm streaming a lot. I still love the game, didn't change anything. I still play rankeds to win. When I watch Masters, when I watch Champions, like I see the people on stage. When I see my BR winning, when I see Sentinels winning some matches, I was like, damn, that must have felt like really good. You know? So sometimes I miss it, but I think it's a good like thing to miss it, you know. It's all about like the stories that you created in your life, in your career. You know, you just take it with you. And now I'm enjoying my life in the best way possible. I have a wife, I have a good house, I have my new dog, I can see my family. So, you know what? It was all worth it. You know, I don't have any regrets. I think that's why I can be in peace. I think everyone that I played with right now, we have like a good friendship. We have good memories. We respect each other so much. I think that was my main goal when I came into Valorant, being like a veteran, to be a reference, to be an example for those guys. And I think it made me realize that I was like, even if I didn't want to, I was a leader. You know what I mean? I wasn't the IGL, but I was the example, like the guy that they would follow all out of the server. Every tournament that we won, that we lost, we always like learned together. Everything that happened in my career, I took with me. You know, like. After I retire now, I use everything that I learned. I have like a more, how can I say, like, I can control my emotion better, my life skills, you know. I know it sounds weird because it's a video game. I know it sounds weird, but in the end of the day, it's an esports, bro. You need to be an athlete, and it molds you into be a better person somehow. So yeah, watching those clips just made me realize that, damn, I learned a lot in 4 to 5 years in the game. Life wouldn't teach me that if I was like in a regular job. When I watch this, I'm just like glad that I went through it. You know, I'm glad that I lost, I'm glad that I won. It was necessary, and I'm really, really, really happy with my life right now.